Yo, what's up? Just before we go into this episode, I was gonna say the audio really messed up for this episode. I have no idea why. We always do a pre-recording sound test to check all the mics, and we did that, and everything was fine. And then after like an hour and a half of recording, for some reason the audio that has been picked up is predominantly from Matt's mic, which I don't know why that's happened. I've tried to fix it as much as I can because there's not much I can really do since all three mics are recorded into one audio track, so I can't edit them individually. So I've just put on some audio filters or whatever. But it's nowhere near the same as our usual audio quality. So apologies for that. Hopefully you can see past that because I feel there's a lot of value in this episode. It was a very good episode. Once you start listening for a while, you probably forget that it's bad. I mean, it's all the clips and social media things are gonna sound bad this week. So it is what it is though. So yeah, I'll stop waffling. So yeah, just please brush past the fact that the audio is a bit shit in this episode and focus on the message. But yeah, thanks guys for watching, and hope you enjoy the episode. I feel like we should get how Joe Rogan has an intro, the Joe Rogan podcast, check it out, Joe Rogan. Yeah. Well, I think we should get some montage clip of funny moments or whatever at the start of the podcast.
The issue is it's just me.
Fuck you.
What?
Episode 14. We got a special guest today.
Yeah, we do.
Yo, thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
We have
MC Matt John.
Yeah.
professional climber.
True.
Hall of
True.
You
Famer.
still do the rapping stuff?
Occasionally, from time to time. Yeah. We'll
New
see.
Logic.
Of course. True.
Did you still listen to it?
Nah, no way. Not to the same extent. Nah,
Really?
no way.
That was a main part personality.
Yeah, true.
It was Matt John
Yeah,
Logic.
the replica. Yeah. But nah, not anymore. No, I swear he's fourth on my Spotify these days.
Damn.
Yeah, not good.
See, this face is for because Matt, I'm on your private story.
Yeah.
And that means that I see all the music you post onto your
True, yeah.
Every day there's at least 3 Logic songs.
Yeah, I mean, if you compare it to us, I
How
listen
much
to
did
it.
you used to listen to Logic?
See, I couldn't even tell you. I mean, it's it's probably 80% of what I listen to. Yeah.
In the top 1%.
Yeah.
In Spotify, did you get that?
Oh, and see, I never was on Spotify, was I? Always Apple Music for 2 years. So yeah, I know. Slacked off.
Apple Music's a Nick.
Yeah, true.
That's a red flag.
Yeah,
That's a red
we've
flag.
grown up since. So come on.
God damn. I like Spotify Wrapped a lot. I think it's a cool
Yeah.
way to sort of keep me on Spotify.
Yeah. So people like you on Apple Music, when everyone at school's like, "Yo guys, look what I got on Spotify Wrapped," and you just yeah, I suppose I like them. Yeah.
Searching up when iTunes raps are coming on. Yeah.
Bro, the thing about Apple Music, on Spotify you can make a queue, and it's so easy. And if you want to manipulate the queue, you can move it up and down with your finger. You can't make a queue on Apple Music.
No,
you can.
You can just show me how now because
Right now.
because you can you can click play next.
No,
But
you
then-
can I swear you can do it.
I don't you might be able to, but as far as I'm aware, I've never been able to see it.
So say I want that on next. I just swipe. It's a bit more annoying. Oh wait, actually.
Wait.
Hold on. What did that? Ah, never mind.
Queuing is disabled.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah,
Fine,
there you go.
fair enough.
Apple Music. bro.
Yes.
Spotify's key.
Spotify definitely is.
Yeah, true.
We wanted to get more guests on because Yannick's a pretty boring guy. I'm
Very-
getting quite fed up with talking to him. To be fair.
Yeah. Sorry, the clips are entirely me.
Last week we spoke about I spoke about since I'm the only one who brings topics to
Yeah,
to the
basically.
podcast. We spoke about how did you watch last week's episode?
No,
I haven't. No,
Well,
I've
there's
been
no point
slacking-
asking.
I've been slacking off. Yeah,
Wow.
I've been checking the highlights though. Always.
Okay.
Never stops.
You see the clip I was talking about attention span.
Yeah, no, I think I did.
it's
Yeah,
about
yeah.
how no one's gonna have attention span, and that's gonna result in like very bad social connections. And so obviously, instead of just complaining that no one's gonna be able to make friends, and when I thought, we should give some solutions to how to have a good social life and how to develop your social life.
All right.
So off the top of your heads, before I go into my in-depth scientific
Okay.
notes on the evidence on how to make friends, or you like tips, like for all the people who don't have any friends, like Yannick, how to make friends.
Carry a lighter.
It depends who you want to hang about with.
Well, the people who are asking for a lighter, you probably want to hang out with as long as they're not like, scruffy, the 14-year-olds outside the spa, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, get hobbies that you enjoy that, like, are classes, if that makes sense. Like, so you meet people through your hobbies.
Yeah.
Because that's always such a
like-minded people you're gonna meet.
Yeah. And you also always have something to talk about with them. Friends can be difficult to make, and picking the right friends is also quite difficult. I think going out and talking to people, because you don't even have to talk to them for a while. It could just be randos in the street, but it means you're getting more comfortable with talking to people that you don't know, and then it means when you are going to these classes or stuff like that, you're way more confident in yourself. That's my sort of off the top of the head advice. What would you say, Matt?
I don't know. Listen to cool music. I'd say people have a lot to say about their music choices.
I feel like asking someone, what do you like? What artists do you listen to? What type of music do you like? I feel like that's always a good conversation starter.
Yeah, 100%.
Show me Spotify playlist, not Apple Music playlist. If you got Apple Music, then you walk away.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, that's a good point. There are so many like fun questions you can ask about music. Tell you what, Matt, I've got one for you. Sorry, we will talk about your actual science.
I haven't actually got like science stuff, the most proven topic. I haven't got like what I would think.
Okay. 3 music guests you could have dinner with, dead or alive.
Ooh.
Okay.
And also you have to like just like the rules, you have to understand the dynamics that they would have with each other. Because I asked one and they said Biggie and Tupac, and I was like, right, well, are you talking before the beef or after the beef?
Yeah, see, before the beef.
Because after the beef, it's like, right, I'm just trying to eat my dinner and you guys are shooting each other. Like, what the hell, man?
Was that not more of like a conspiracy thing though, about how like they were sort of, because there was always a conflict between West Coast and East Coast, because they were friends.
Yeah.
They were friends.
Yeah.
And there wasn't like painted that they were enemies.
Well, Tupac got shot, and they thought that Biggie did it and his crew, so that's why Tupac released a song like "Who Shot You?"
Yeah,
because
but
they
was it
retaliated
actually Biggie's crew in that though? Like,
probably not. I don't think so. I remember Snoop Dogg talking about it. I don't know. Maybe we'll never find out. I guess.
I think if there's the whole like, is Tupac dead? Is he alive? Or whatever, that whole conspiracy. If he did get, regardless, let's say he definitely got shot, right? I think they know, like Snoop Dogg, you've seen him in interviews, he's sort of like teased, like, oh yeah, I know what went on. But obviously he's like, there's some sort of like, something kept under wraps there for an unknown reason. It seems as if he knows what's going on. He's like smirks at like the interviewer and he's like, and he's like,
he could just be stoned as fuck and
Yeah.
not know what's going on at the same time.
it's true.
Go on, Matt. Give me a 3.
See, I wouldn't know. I'd go off like who I'd wanna sit down with. I'd go Hobson. I'd probably say Eminem, just because he's a goat. And then I know, I feel like Kendrick Lamar would be interesting. He'd be a cool guy to talk to. But
yeah, fair. Would you pick current Eminem or older Eminem?
old Eminem.
Yeah, like
Sure.
OG Eminem.
Yeah,
Some
he'd be
shady-
way more interesting.
Yeah, the new guy.
Like early 2000s, like when he was like really popping off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on drugs all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would definitely make you more
Do
interested.
you not feel like though, even like, he's not as fun now, he doesn't do as many drugs or whatever. Do you not feel like now he'd be a bit more wise, probably get some more knowledge out of it? Because he's a bit, he would have learned a lot from his lessons and shit.
Yes, but have you heard new Eminem's like music? Like it's not.
Yeah, it's not as
incredible.
good, but like,
It's not just about it not being as good. Have you heard some of the bars where he's talking about sitting on the toilet playing Fortnite with your nan? It's like, mate.
what?
Yeah. Yeah. Eminem fell off for me when he did the freestyle under the bridge.
Oh, fair enough.
Have you seen that video? Have you not?
Awfully hot coffee pot.
Yeah, that's an awfully hard card.
Yeah, it's not good.
About Trump, it's like I don't care. Why?
Yeah.
That pissed me off. So Hobson, Eminem, and Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Fair. Biggie, Tyler the Creator, and Childish Gambino. Those would be my three. What about you, Louis?
I don't sound, stereotypical Big and Tupac. Like I would like to have a conversation with them. Maybe then either Ice Cube or Jay-Z.
Ice Cube would be a good one. Ice Cube would be a good one. I like the dinner with
Yeah,
Jay-Z.
dinner with Jay-Z. Or like fake entrepreneur, like dinner with Jay-Z.
Literally. Because he would just be like, you should have taken the 500k, man. He orders a starter then leaves. God, that's fucked up.
Yes, back to... Oh, sorry, go on.
No, it's fine.
I was going to say, I'm thinking back to the social life thing.
Yeah, feel free.
The main thing I would say, you have to, when you feel awkward going to social situations, you have to just in the gym, it's progressively overloading and slowly exposing yourself. 'Cause it's like social anxiety, isn't it? With anxiety, the way to sort of cure it, when you have a phobia or whatever, it's gradually exposing yourself. And I think that's the main way to do with social anxiety. Like with myself, I'm trying to learn French and whatnot. Going to France in the summer. I'm going to learn French and Amigo, and it's fucking I'm socially anxious going on there because it's people I'm probably going to struggle to speak with. So I'm slowly trying to expose myself more and more to it so I get adjusted to it. And what I've usually been doing is I'll go on Amigo and I'll just be skipping through people I look up. I get scared to say hi. Literally, I'll just be there skip. And then yesterday, finally, I spoke to someone. Then I introduced myself. I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm not French. I'm English." And then they're just like, "Oh yeah, we speak English." And it's just like, "Oh, all right."
Cheers, mate. Yeah, cheers for that.
I ended up speaking to them in English, these people, but I still overloaded and got past that barrier and eventually actually started speaking to them, not just fucking skipping. It sounds like I'm 5 years old, trying to learn to speak to people. But literally, for some people who are just a hermit and don't go out, that is progress to them.
Yeah, I suppose if you're really that stuck,
especially with COVID, from the lockdowns.
True, because it's not even about people being hurt. It's there's still some people who are genuinely just scared because of the amount of fear that the government created. That's a good point, actually. I think I've definitely found it harder to talk to people after COVID because one, you've got nothing
especially
to
straight
talk
after.
about,
Yeah,
you haven't done it for 2 years.
Yeah.
And then also it just feels weird. It's damn, that's a good point. I didn't think about COVID. Do you reckon COVID is done?
Somewhat.
Depends if you watch the news.
True.
Good point. So it's more like monkeypox these days.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah, it's taking over.
I'm staying off the news.
Do
if
it.
you want to be happy, you can't watch the news.
Yeah, 100%.
It's not the journalist integrity is not there anymore. It's literally just not fear. Well, yes, fear, but spreading what they want to say. There's no unbiased sort of news sources this is happening. They don't show you anything good.
No. It's fucked up.
Yeah,
it's
no.
really bad.
100%.
There isn't, aside from the BUP, there's no way to get reliable, correct, 100% information.
Exactly.
I mean, half the stuff they put on there is just there to make you feel depressed anyway. So what's the point in tuning in?
In lockdown, I stopped watching the news. So at the start of lockdown, I remember it was oh shit, COVID.
Yeah.
Good to listen to the government announcements every day. And then you go on the news before the government announcement and be 1,000 people died today. Everyone's getting it. Everyone's gonna die. It's fucking hell.
Cheers, man.
It's scary. It was scary. So yeah, you can't watch the news. Also, saying hi to people on the street. When you walk past them, I notice that now. A lot of people, if I go for a walk, I look at them and smile, and they're just.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Look away.
There's
It's
so many
rude.
grumpy motherfuckers. Yeah, I'm cheesing at them, and I just get nothing.
Yeah.
Some old lady fucking looks at me funny
Yeah,
and walks
yeah.
off. It pisses me off.
Yeah.
I feel good as well. If I make eye contact with someone on the street and smile, and then I'll say, "Oh hi, you right?" And it feels nice. It's it's a positive interaction, not just fucking.
walking past.
Yeah.
That's good. That's another way of like progressively overloading, especially after COVID, when people, you go like across the street when someone walks past, you don't want to go near them. I feel like that's another good way. Also focusing on eye contact as well. Like eye contact is a big thing. Yeah.
Walking past people on the street, especially at night. If you're walking past a woman at night, the best thing is stare at her for as long as you can.
Yeah, turn around and follow them as well.
Yeah,
Come
you gotta
on.
walk as close as possible. Maybe even run. That's a pretty good one. Women love that.
Stare at them. What makes them feel comfortable?
Pardon?
What makes them feel comfortable?
Mm-hmm.
Walking on the dark street. Down, one down.
There's like a trick, not even a trick. Sorry, there's a thing that always fucks with me. Is if someone says like hello to me, and I'm like, "Oh, you right?" And they're like, "Yeah, how are you?" I don't know whether to say to reply or not because sometimes people reply when I do it, sometimes they don't. But I feel so rude, and I feel so like if I say, "Yeah, I'm good, thanks," and they don't say anything else, it's like, "Oh, so you didn't want me to reply." But it's that constant thought of, was I supposed to? Maybe I'm just being socially anxious because I haven't progressively overloaded or whatever.
Yeah. It's just kind of awkward either way in that situation though. Like you're always going to walk away from it thinking, what could have I said different now?
Yeah, that's a very good point.
I think in British culture, just "you're right" is another way of saying hi.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not just like I'm not actually asked if you're alright.
Yeah,
I'm just saying hi to
yeah.
you. So in like other cultures, when you say like if you go to America, like, "Oh, you're right, mate," they'd be like, "What?"
Yeah.
What did he say?
Yeah, because it's like it's expected here. You say you're right, they say you're right back. They don't.
Yeah.
No one like means to ask how you are.
Yeah, no one's
Like,
that.
I'll keep that in mind. That I'm not the center of attention all the time. Man, what do you think? Oh, did you do the test recording with the mic? Sorry, it just came to my head. How does it sound?
Sound?
All right, good. Sorry, I don't know why that came to my head straight
Oh,
away.
okay.
But I thought before we get half an hour, 40 minutes into the episode and we have to reshoot it all,
Yeah.
we have to say exactly the same thing.
What's your like your future plans, Matt? What's your like ambitions for the future? We've got exams now. We're off school.
Mm-hmm.
We're going into the deep end.
I mean, obviously, I've applied to uni and stuff like that, but that's really something that I don't want to do. I mean, I ain't got time for stuff like that now. I've done like how many like years of school now. The last thing I want to do is go do another 3 years. But I mean, hopefully I get some enjoyment out of it. I want to go down some sort of like media route.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But
Start
I
TikTok.
did. Yeah, I want to make music though. I want to.
Yeah.
I want to do something cool like that. But I think that's gonna be a lot of effort. But we'll see.
I was talking to Joe and Kenzie the other day, and we were saying like how like if you want to be famous at anything now, you have to have a TikTok account.
No,
And you have to like religiously post on it. It's like Gary V, You want TikTok? Let's just make it post 3 times today.
See, I disagree. I feel like if you've got raw talent, like you'll find a group of people that will like you and you'll get recognized. I feel like sometimes you can overdo it. And you don't want to be that guy to come off TikTok and be like, "Oh yeah, where are you from?" Yeah, TikTok.
Yeah,
Okay.
True. It is like I saw what you call it? I went to Yo Sushi and they have like this, I don't know what you call it, like an apple drink. And on the back, you know how they used to have like Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, whatever. I saw TikTok for the first time in that little like, little photo. I was like, damn. I like when TikTok first came out, I was like, oh, I'm not getting it because it's just gonna be another Musical.ly. It's just gonna be 14-year-olds lip syncing and hitting it with the. A little bit. I know that TikTok would take over the fucking world.
Yeah, it was sort of like, yeah, it was going to be the new Musical.ly, wasn't it? Because they bought it out, didn't they?
Yeah, that's
And
what I
then
thought.
no one thought anything of it, but then I remember when it came out, and still even now, they were pushing it on everywhere. Adverts, YouTube adverts, on the internet, Instagram. It was just boom, 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 TikTok.
Yeah.
And I think that's how they just sort of converted everyone, just shoved it down everyone's throat, and then once everyone just sort of like, go on, I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
And then they, encountered that algorithm and just boom.
Especially with lockdown, it like
Oh yeah.
Amazon, TikTok, Netflix, all those sort of things.
Netflix is going down now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is
'cause
badly
they've
as well.
made
Yeah.
the worst business decisions they could.
What happened? What was it like? This
Well,
took the decline.
They were gonna stop putting ads on there,
Right.
and then they were like, right, so our cheapest subscription, you're only going to be able to get like 440p resolution, and it's still going to cost you £8 a month.
Yeah.
And then you're also not allowed to share on different devices now unless you pay for that. Like, yeah, they've just...
Oh yeah, the ads thing was a result of them declining, wasn't it? Okay, yeah.
Have you also seen like how many like Netflix specials they make? I swear it's to the point now where there's almost like one a day. Like they're spending that much on shows, people just don't give a shit about. Like they're losing so much money from it.
Yeah, I can remember like when 13 Reasons Why came out, it was like, wow, have you seen 13 Reasons Why?
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
a big thing, and then there was other ones, and it was like, oh my god, have you seen this? What was it? Euphoria, whatever. People seem to be raving about that.
Yeah.
I never watched it, but like,
I haven't seen it, but apparently it's pretty good. Have you seen it, Matt?
Nah.
What are some shows that you guys would recommend?
Squid Game.
that was a big game. That was a big one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't watch TV or like movies anymore. I feel like it's literally TikTok and YouTube.
Yeah.
Like TV shows. There's like those big ones. But then everything else is kind of like, nah, not really.
Mad. I still enjoy TV shows when I can. Like if I'm eating, like I might watch some TV or something like that. So I know I do it, but I don't like being an iPad kid.
Yeah.
But This Is Us is a good show. You should watch it. It's pretty sad, pretty funny. I'm maybe just telling the many people watching it, you know what I mean? Modern Family's good. It's classic. The show called Weeds, which not many people have seen, but that's a decent one. At least some people that I've spoke to have seen. It's pretty underground, you know.
Oh yeah.
You guys
It's got the niche,
yeah. Riches are... See, right, I remember you saying that to me. Riches are niches.
Niches.
But who says niches?
Well, it's like an American rhyme. It's niche.
It's niche, yeah.
Obviously, the weird America, aren't they? Like, tomato.
How do they say it? Aluminum.
You were there in school, you were talking like Callum, we were talking about like vitamins, and he's like, vitamin?
Oh,
and he's like, why do you guys say vitamin? In like an Australian accent.
Fucking vitamins, mate.
I always used to watch, in like year 7, did you ever watch How I Met Your Mother?
Oh, I watched that.
Classic show.
I really like that. Yeah.
I've seen it about 4 times.
Yeah, it's so good.
I used to get home, used to turn on E4.
E4,
it was
28 on Freeview, bro.
28, and it was Brooklyn Nine-Nine. You watched the Goldbergs.
Yeah, the Goldbergs is decent.
Big Bang Theory, and How I Met Your Mother, and that was just like I get home and my mum would be like, "Why haven't you done the dishes?" And I was sitting there watching How I Met Your Mother like,
Bazinga!
Big Bang Theory is so fucked up when he was putting the laugh tracks. It's like the worst possible. It's not even a joke. It's just a sentence. Just ha ha ha.
No, and
Yeah, true.
have you seen it without the laugh tracks, like on YouTube and shit? It's so awkward because they write in the laugh tracks, obviously.
Yeah.
And so they make pauses
Oh.
for the laugh tracks where they don't say anything. It is pretty fucking heavy. The Big Bang, like apparently it's gotten better, but I refuse to watch it.
Not cancelled. I thought it finished.
They finished it, but when I say apparently it's gotten better, I mean because I stopped watching like season 5.
Yeah.
It's on like season 11 or something.
Do you watch Walking Dead?
No.
No.
Really?
Not watched it.
Walking Dead. Well, up to like, I stopped watching season 7 because it was just the same. Like, new guy, always a bad guy. He killed some people.
Yeah.
Repeat. But like up to about like season 5, it was really good. If you watch Walking Dead. All the real ones, watch Walking Dead.
Yeah, fair enough. I get put off by the length of them. Like, if you tell me it's got like 10 series or something, I'm not going to watch it because I just can't be bothered. It's a lot. It's like Game of Thrones. I know it's hyped up, but I'm not going to start watching it.
You really should. You should watch it all and just don't watch the last season. Game of Thrones is so sick. Like, genuinely, it's very, very good.
I won't watch Game of Thrones.
No.
Alright, cool. I'll leave. You guys can have a conversation without me.
Going back to like the future plans thing, I feel like nowadays there's so many options for us. It's kind of like a restaurant menu. You know, if a restaurant and they've got so many things to choose from, you don't know what to pick.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people feel a bit overwhelmed when you say, you can do anything you want. That's great. You should be able to do anything you want. But a lot of people, especially at our age, still don't know what the fuck they want to do. It's kind of just like, alright, thanks, mate. What do I do? Like, sometimes you need a bit of a push in a direction to know what you want to do.
Yeah.
Rather than just being like, here you go, here's the endless list of jobs you can do, especially like online, the list has gone even
Yeah,
more. It was sort of like before the internet, it was sort of like uni or like apprenticeship. And then even before that, it was kind of like, you're going to take on the family business.
Yeah.
Like, that's not necessarily good, but at least they gave people a sense of direction, not just kind of like aimlessly wandering about, not knowing what to do because there's no purpose. It was sort of like you had a responsibility in that sort of, you know, to get up in the morning. Like, you couldn't just like sit in bed and watch TikTok because you don't know what you want to do. You did have to sort of get out of bed and like, oh, I've got a responsibility to do this. I feel like that's necessary for a bit of growth, and there's no discomfort as much nowadays for progressing and getting a job. That makes sense.
Yeah, I think I get you. Although I definitely would prefer this.
Oh, yeah.
That. Fuck that sort of, I can either, because most people, like, I don't, how far back are we talking?
I'm talking like Middle Ages or whatever. Like, you're gonna be a blacksmith.
Yeah.
No, I'd probably take. I don't know. I always thought it'd be cool to be the blacksmith's son. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you become the blacksmith. Imagine you like, I don't know,
Some peasant.
like a chimney sweep.
Yeah,
Your
pretty
dad's
fucked
a
up.
chimney sweep.
Oh fuck yeah, that'd be heavy.
Sort of middle class, like people like a blacksmith or a bakery, pretty cool.
Yeah, the
I
bakery
wouldn't mind that.
cool.
Or you can go like full on all the way to like tribal shit where no one had a job. It was literally just hunt, gather, come home, probably
Fuck.
Yeah,
It's like wild shrooms,
Yeah.
or like some like jungle juice.
you'd have so much like less stress from that kind of lifestyle. I think that'd be so much cooler.
The idea of like depression, anxiety to like the indigenous tribes is foreign. Like they don't know
Yeah,
what that
yeah.
is. Like because the material possessions that they have is literally the clothes on their back and probably like the spear they go and like throw at a bear or shit.
Yeah.
And when you compare that to us now, we've got so much, but like depression, anxiety is at like the highest rate it's ever been. Surely people should realize that maybe we need less stuff. As nice as it is to not have like, you know, nice clothes and whatnot, that doesn't create happiness. Like material things aren't conducive of happiness. It's experiences, and a lot of people don't understand that.
That's because like most of the time you buy things because it's cool. Like, you buy things because
things to
other
please
people
people.
think it's good. Yeah.
They don't like you. Fight Club.
I don't know. Obviously, I think I'm somewhat materialistic,
I definitely am as well. Yeah.
and it's like I'm not necessarily proud of it, but I think the best way to sort of spend your money to sort of give you happiness is to reduce the suffering of your area, like in your immediate area. I mean, like your surrounding. I think when you have a full tank, it's like you never want to keep any of it for yourself, do you? If you're in a good mood, you know, you're always down to help other people. I think that's the way that money buys happiness, is if you give it away. But that's just I'm poor, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what
You
I
want-
want
you want
rich people.
people-
to
yeah,
give
yeah.
me.
Yeah. Yeah, focus on like experiences rather than things. I think we want some multi-trillionaire. yeah. From like he's famous on like the Milky Way, not just on Earth. It's like
Yeah.
colonized the galaxy or whatever now. I feel like I would focus more on. I give myself a few nice things. Obviously, you know, I'm gonna get a few Rolexes, but I would
Some
mainly
whips.
try and focus on. If I am gonna buy things, it's gonna be to enhance my experiences, not just go and get like spend all my money on like Gucci.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to like different countries. Or take people to a different country with me. Buy a big fuck off house and I can have loads of people around. Not just buy watches and I'm gonna buy some watches yet, but like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I get what you want. Matt, if you found out tomorrow or today, whatever, that you had won £10 million in the lottery, what's the first thing you'd buy? Not what would you do, what would you buy first? Because you're gonna make a little flashy purchase. You got 10 mil in the
Yeah.
bank.
I'd probably buy a better studio for home.
That'd be cool.
Because I feel like I'm at like low level stuff. I've spent a lot of money, but like it's not that great. But like, and a car, probably a better car. I mean, I love my car, but you know, it's a Clio. Like, I get something good. You know.
Fair. What would you get? I don't know cars, so you could literally make up like names of it. Oh, cool.
Well, I feel like have you seen like the 2017 Honda Civics? Like they're quite cool.
We're not
No, fair enough.
I'll pull it up.
Yeah, no. All right. To be fair, the Tide Pods are quite cool. I'd maybe get something like that because I wouldn't want anything too flashy, but like, I wouldn't want to spend too much in it. I feel that'd be like quite a good purchase.
2017 Honda Civic. Is it a Type R?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's like fair.
Oh yeah, that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
That's
that's
a
a good
decent
car.
little sporty one. Fair. I'll buy an old Mustang.
Oh, nice.
Just not even be able to drive it because I haven't passed my test.
See, like that's the thing. I feel like with an old Mustang, I'm going for like practicality. Like, how long would it last you?
Yeah. Yeah. True. But I'd look cool in the
Yeah,
meantime,
true,
you know
true.
what I mean?
Well, be in the passenger seat 'cause you can't drive.
God, yeah, I hate that I haven't passed my test. It's taken me 2 times and I still haven't done it.
Took me 4 times to pass my theory.
Yeah,
Really?
Don't I tell you this?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so bad. Yeah, 4 times. Yeah,
God damn.
I know.
You revised for it?
No.
Well, that's
They were my revision sessions.
how much you spent? Like,
It's been like 120 quid on it. Yeah, it's
Oh,
kind of ridiculous. Yeah.
Fuck.
you should have just bought the app, mate. It was £5. £5 and it worked the dream. I did like past papers, no, like mock tests on the app the week before and I was sound.
Yeah.
I passed first time.
Fair enough.
What did you get?
I got like 44, like just passed. So you passes and passes, isn't it? And then I asked.
You know, I got my last one, 50 out of 50, and then I got like 74, I think, on the hazard perception. So I did pretty good.
Yeah, 4 times a charm.
Yeah, I mean, it was like the 4th time, but yeah.
I got 47 and then like 65. And I had 3 weeks of revision with the James May app.
Oh,
Which
nice.
is better than the other one, in my opinion.
Do you guys want to see the surprise?
Yeah, let's do it.
You want to see the surprise?
Alright, so a couple of weeks ago on the podcast, we ate some raw liver.
Oh, yeah.
This week, I've got some raw bone marrow.
Oh,
Do you guys want to, you've got the balls to try it?
Yeah, man, of course.
And actually, no, I think you can just scoop it out.
What consistency is it?
I don't know, it's just in the fridge.
Go get it.
Ah, nice.
Shout out the CJ Butcher's getting me free.
Nice. Sponsored or
Jeez. So we've got Amazon and the butchers now. Decent.
Pause it until we get it sorted.
Me and Matt can talk. The episode's probably going to be better without you in it, no offense. You guys can't see it, but Louis has started bawling in tears.
So,
it's
I haven't even opened it yet.
Unopening.
Unboxing.
Unboxing, yeah, nice.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Surprise unboxing clickbait. Come on.
What's inside this phone? If anyone's get ill, you can blame Liver King.
Fuck Liver King. He's not nasty. Would you ever take steroids, Matt?
Doubt it.
Shouldn't even question it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you take steroids?
Yeah.
As you can tell. What I have to do to make you take a shot? You know?
Just show me what I could be. Yeah, and I'm just like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's pay to win, isn't
Yeah.
it?
I mean, I don't even take protein now, and I work out, but see, I'm even debating that. Oh, that's.
Smart.
Sounds fine. You guys are weak.
Yeah, honestly.
I can't wait to vomit immediately.
My stomach going already.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's worth trying.
Yeah.
I was glad to drive home here.
Yeah, good.
Just a little. We'll just do a little bit.
No, fuck that shit. At least get like a teaspoon.
Yeah, just a little bit.
No, but like a full teaspoon.
Nah. So that's the bone.
Looks rank.
Look at that. I don't know what part of the animal this was from.
Penis, probably. What animal is it?
I can't remember.
Oh, sick. Just human.
Yeah, human bone marrow.
Nice.
So I think like maple syrup and salt goes well with it.
Maybe so it went with the liver.
It didn't, but
Yeah, it did. It made it, it made it easier. It made it easier.
Okay, so you want some maple syrup and I got some pink Himalayan salt.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Made out the hood.
Yeah,
Got the good salt.
It smells gross.
It'll be fine. Like, liver wasn't even that bad. Louis just couldn't handle it. What's your stomach like, Matt?
What do you mean?
Like, are you able to think shit like that?
Yeah, I'm not too bad.
I like to clip this.
Oh, nah.
What about spicy food? You alright with spicy food?
Yeah, I can eat chilies fine. Like, that's not really a problem. It's like, I wouldn't take anything too mad. So.
I reckon we should get like a ghost pepper or something.
Oh yeah.
That'd be pretty good.
This is like, it's quite solid.
Yeah, it
So
looks
just
pretty solid.
Take a spoon each.
Oh wow,
So
that,
they're, like,
Well, I'm
trying,
taking
like-
the clean one.
Yeah. That's fine.
Right.
hang
Let's
on,
try
let's
it.
all compare the size of spoons you got because Louis looks considerably smaller compared to mine and Matt's.
You can change spoons if you
No,
want.
I'm not
Well, you
mad.
think I'm getting like a full spoonful
gonna-
of bone marrow?
I'm gonna
Nah.
put, like a little bit there to like scoop out
Oh, you
myself.
fucking pussies.
That's quite solid. That. Ooh.
Oh nah, I don't like the sound of that.
Alright,
Get the mic on that.
ASMR.
Oh.
What would you describe? It looks like it's like the texture of ice cream or something.
It does.
Yeah, when the ice cream's too frozen.
Oh,
Probably tastes like ice cream in America. That's what I'm telling myself.
that'll do. Alright. So.
This would go down in history. 3 people on the podcast died from eating bone marrow.
What sort of vitamins and minerals and shit are in it, Louis?
I imagine there's a lot of stem cells.
Stem cells, nice. Good for you.
I can't remember. Just like, it's real,
You make the place
it's
untidy,
like,
actually.
Nutrients and like the blood's made, isn't it? So it's imagine quite good for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Okay.
supposed to be quite good for you.
Yeah, let's find out.
Yeah, I mean, it looked good.
It looked tasty.
It did, to be fair. I'm pretty hyped now.
Right.
Oh, look at it.
Hold it and I'll.
Yeah.
Make sure the camera can see. I'll pour some. Yeah. Do you want a drink? Do you want a drink to wash it down?
Might be wise.
I don't even think it's gonna be that bad.
I like that mentality.
If it tastes of
Is this in
something,
there?
I'll be
Just make
surprised. I feel like it just tasted nothing.
Yeah, maple syrup is like always in there because it's just almost pure sugar.
Right.
So you put maple syrup and salt on it.
Yeah, apparently that's good.
Mad.
Yeah.
Sweet and savoury. It probably just hides the taste because you've got two contradicting tastes. The biggest test is what
Yeah.
how you open it. So
To be fair, it's like duct tape.
nice. I'm excited, Matt. How you feeling? Rate the feel of
Bit apprehensive.
Pre-match. Pre-match.
Yeah.
What's your feelings going into this match?
Yeah, what are your feelings, Matt? What's your game plan with this?
Straight down.
Alright.
No taste, just
Don't-
gone.
yeah,
just gone.
Yeah, nice.
Just feel the benefits tomorrow in a week.
Wake up.
Yeah.
Do you think climbing is a sport? Like, would you recommend climbing?
Yeah, 100%.
What's the like sort of, because obviously like me and Lou do MMA and I'm always getting injured.
Yeah.
How injured do you get from climbing? Fuck off.
Well, like, I don't, like, get hurt like you lot, but, like, I graze myself every time I'm there.
Okay.
I mean, like, I could injure myself bad, but I think if you do it safely,
yeah, so
like,
just
you're
climb
alright.
down instead of just jumping from the top.
yeah, don't just be an idiot like you and you it's like decide to break your knees every time.
Jumping down from the top is the best way to do it. Jamie Fry does it. And Jamie Fry
Yeah, I
is
mean,
a beast climber.
If you've seen his legs, though, you can, like, he's, like, got, like, springs.
How,
yeah.
How high do you reckon you can jump?
Probably not too bad. I feel like I'd surprise myself, but, like, not as high as, like, you two, though, probably.
Nah, I mean, Kevin AG has hops, and that always pissed me off because he'd always just be able to get it away from Sam and shit, like when we'd be playing.
Who?
AG.
Who?
Oh, sorry. Blur that out.
Right.
No free clout.
Got the Himalayan salt, pink Himalayan salt. Grandma gave this to my mum.
Oh, that's cute.
How much? Just a little bit, I guess. Seasoning?
Yeah. White person seasoning. Let's go. Yeah, that's really enough.
Right.
You probably want to put the top on that food off a little bit.
Yeah. Show the camera.
Wise man.
What does it look like, Louis? How would you describe that?
Looks fit.
Yeah, a delicacy.
It probably is, isn't it? Some
World
people-
class meal.
No idea.
Right.
Where's the cup for this?
Mm-hmm.
No cup.
Sorry.
Take a piece each.
What are we saying? Portion size.
All about the
Oh, heavy.
I'll take this bit.
Okay, get a bit of maple syrup on that. Anyone want to get some maple syrup?
Yeah, go on then.
Shit,
Okay.
watch it doesn't drip. Just like, just wipe it if it does.
Bone. Baby.
Right, yeah, just fucking hell. All right. I can't taste like Ben and Jerry's.
Why wasn't that bad?
Because it didn't taste kind of. I told you. The maple syrup and the salt hides the taste.
Like, I was kind of like Ben and Jerry's.
Give me a little bit without any. It's got some maple syrup on it, but.
Like the aftertaste is there.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the aftertaste, but
It's kind of like a metally aftertaste.
it kind of reminds me of cookie dough.
Yeah.
I was right. It's definitely the texture of ice cream. Yeah, it does honestly sound.
Apparently, it's good with yogurt.
That makes
Oh,
sense.
what?
Yeah,
You can seriously put it in yogurt?
bone marrow and yogurt.
Yeah. I'd probably try it without the salt.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could.
Yeah. Without the salt, it would
Well,
be
that'll be
interesting.
Definitely better than the fucking liver.
Yeah.
The liver was not.
See, I'm intrigued by the liver. I probably would try that.
It was sort of like steak, but if you imagine a steak would be like,
Roll.
like the texture and consistency of it is quite thick in a sense. It was quite not brittle. Do you know what I mean? Like it was quite soft. The liver was. It was like
a dense thing to eat.
no.
I think I know what you're trying to describe, but brittle isn't the way.
Yeah.
You know how, like, have you got a dog or a cat?
Yeah.
What have you got?
Dog and cat.
Okay, you know, like, cat, like, you like dog food.
Yeah.
You know how if you get it from like a tin, and it's quite thick, and then but it tears apart, sort of.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
That's how liver was like.
I see.
It wasn't like it wasn't a nice texture.
No, the texture wasn't nice. The taste also wasn't incredible, but like it's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
That was fine though. Like that
I was weirdly.
pleasant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was expecting
Didn't
like,
hate it.
again.
Yeah, you should probably recreate it so we get some content.
I might try it with yogurt. I might go and get some yogurt and try that. I reckon that'd be. We'll go now.
Fuck off.
obviously.
Yeah, that could be alright. I think, Matt, I was thinking about this today. You should try jiu-jitsu mainly because you have very good functional strength from climbing in your upper body, and I think you would translate to jiu-jitsu very well.
Yeah. I mean, probably.
Whereas
On
someone like
paper.
Louis with zero, who only does squats. I reckon you should try it out.
I mean, it's more the point of like I just don't really want to get into like a fighting sport. Like that's just not something I'm like interested in.
No, very fair.
No, I feel like I give myself the ick if I started fighting
Why?
because I don't see myself as the type of person that would pick up a pair of gloves and like
Okay.
actually like fight. I mean, see, it's quite interesting because I've never sort of seen myself as a fighting type.
Yeah,
But,
but
like-
you have to be that sort of type of person, I guess.
Yeah. But like
to
I've
do
had
it.
some shit happen with my brother recently, and like there's been times where like I've been that pissed off. I'm like, fuck, I could like,
Kill him.
yeah,
No, see, this is the thing: is you have to learn to fight because if it gets to the point where you're about to do something to your brother and then he beats you up.
Oh no, it wasn't.
Imagine-
It wasn't
Oh,
my brother.
oh.
Like some kids like picking on my brother.
How old is your brother?
Like he's in year 9. Like
Ah, okay.
so.
Yeah.
So like there's
yeah.
a, it's hard.
You
Like,
just slap him.
yeah.
I definitely think slapping kids should be allowed. More, like not as a parent.
Hang on. Whoa, hang on.
No, yeah.
Hang on.
As our age, I think it should not be because if you slapped a year 9 as a sixth former, you'd get in so much shit. I don't think you should get in nearly half of shit because if you like kick the shit out of them, then yeah, all right, they're pretty defensive. But if they're like chatting pure shite,
Yeah.
and you like, and they're like, oh, I'm sorry.
I remember the time. I think it was the guys in the year below, or
Yeah.
maybe 2 years below. They were always like, "Hi, Yannick fam," to Yannick at one time. Just before you always be like, "Oh, fuck off, lad."
Yeah,
But this one time, you
months where
just snapped and literally grabbed my collar and went like, "Lad, stop fucking saying that, lad." And he was like,
yeah. We just come out of the gym. I remember it was my tuck shop.
Yeah. That was it.
Wow.
You got that testosterone boost from the gym.
It was like, it wasn't just like 3 days of it. It was months.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
You're
Fuck
getting
off.
bullied by someone in the
Yeah,
year below.
literally. I got pure ops in the year below.
Yeah, you do, to be fair.
I fully do. I don't know what it is. People
He's
think.
not a likable guy.
Yeah, I'm probably not. I should probably do some self-reflection.
Yeah, you should.
It's clearly me in the wrong. Have you ever been a victim of bullying, Matt?
No.
Do you want to be?
No.
Yeah, that's not nice. If you're a bully, you're a twat.
Yeah, true.
But sometimes bullying, it's sort of saying the truth in a very mean way.
Mm.
Okay.
Context.
Bold statement. Bold statement. Go on.
If you're a bully, if a fat kid's getting bullied because he's fat, then like it's not the nicest way of getting it across. But if he needs to lose some weight, then no one else is going to tell him apart from that bully.
Right.
Do you not think he's self-aware?
Yeah, and then he probably is self-aware, but he's not doing anything about it.
What if he is and the bully doesn't know?
Then you just gotta wait for that revenge arc. When it comes to that guy asking him for a gym plan.
I don't think that's a statement you can say. I think it's like there are too many factors about it. I think I get
Depends
loosely
on
what you're
being
trying to say. But if you're like, yeah, your mum fucking died.
Yeah,
wow.
that's disgusting.
That's different.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I think because of the amount of factors like that, you can't say that bullying is just saying the truth in a mean way. Because what if it's not? What if I just decide to pick on Matt? Like, from now on, I was a cunt to Matt for no reason.
Depends on context, 100%.
And at that point, it's like...
Obviously, if you're just like picking on someone just because you're a twat, then yeah. But if someone is... Like, I don't agree with it, you just go up to some fat kid and me and constantly call him a fat piece of shit. That's horrible. But you are saying the truth in some way if he is morbidly obese. And if everyone around him just doesn't acknowledge the fact that he's fat. Sorry, that was horrible. Right. Then that's the only person who's going to reality check him.
Does he need reality checking?
Sometimes some people do need a slap in the face sometimes.
But I think that's the responsibility of his friends and his family. I don't think that's the responsibility of fucking little Timmy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, what if his friends and family aren't? Because they're, in a way, also being negative to him and not telling him the truth. Yes, the bully is telling him the truth in a very negative way. There's a lot better way to tell someone that they're fat, right, and that they need to lose weight. But there's no one else telling him that, so he's not gonna, he's not got that external motivation.
See, I'm kind of like between you here, because personally, I was in a position where like I was overweight. I knew that, and I kind of needed that push to do something about it, and I used it as a drive. Like it was literally the driving force to get me to go do something and lose weight, and it worked.
What about the kids that kill themselves because they can't go to school anymore because they get called fat every day, and then they go home and see that they're fat?
Yeah, that's horrible.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. It's a bad way of going about it because there is those side effects, but sometimes some people aren't getting that, that message.
God, I think I know what you're trying to say. It's just it's like there are so many factors.
Yeah,
it's one of the statements. Unfortunately, you can't.
I'm sticking with the being fat. I'm sticking with that.
Okay. I mean, like, yeah.
Yes, other things like can't be changed. Absolutely. Like if you've got like some disability and you're getting picked on, like that's horrible.
Yeah.
But if it's something like your weight, maybe I don't think you should be picked on about it. But there is somewhat of a truth to it.
I suppose, but like, it comes back to is it a truth that's necessary, that's necessarily spoken?
Say that again.
Is it a truth that's necessary, basically? Because the kid isn't going to die.
You might do. What about adverse health effects of being obese?
No, yeah, I'm not right. No, but that's what I mean.
He's probably going to have a shorter lifespan, life expectancy if he's overweight. He is. If he's obese.
I think the kids smoking vapes don't get bullied for smoking vapes, but they're going to have adverse health effects from it.
That's like this. That's more of like I think that's more of a social cultural thing.
Yeah,
of it being much more accepted.
It's seen as cool.
Exactly.
To vape.
Yeah, I think like this is the thing. I understand your point of view. I just think I can't. There's like an obstacle in my head because of the fact that I feel like there's like an empathy obstacle there as someone who has been fat and has been forcefully reminded of it every day. It's like that I already knew, and when it's just being reinforced, it just sort of. It doesn't help. It's just a constant reminder of, oh, okay, thanks. You know what I mean? So at that point, I don't think that. Because what is your like statement? Are you saying that when you say that they're speaking the truth, are you saying that it's a good thing that they're speaking the truth?
It's good that they're speaking the truth, but they're not going about it in a good way. It'd be much better if I went to some fat guy and like, hey man, do you want to come to the gym?
Yeah.
You know, it would do you some good rather than me going, you're a fat cunt, go to the gym. That's horrible. That's a hard way of going about it.
Yeah.
But the point is that sometimes they don't have anyone else keeping them accountable to that in their life, so maybe that doesn't necessarily give them the push and the drive to make a change. Because a lot of the times people don't do things for themselves. They don't have that self-worth, especially when you're fat. You have very low self-worth when you're fat. And sometimes when people are calling you fat, it's like, fuck, I've got to change. Yeah, when you don't have a low self-worth, you don't want to change. Because you don't see yourself worth change. But when someone's telling you, you think, fuck, I've got to.
That's
Because
interesting.
I've got to stop this.
Yeah, that I sort of get more the self-worth idea of you don't want to change because you feel like there's no point in changing. Nothing will happen if you change, or it won't work.
Mm-hmm.
That bit is definitely the. Back to the like the bully point, because sometimes I think I'm a bully to a very certain individual, but then I think that is bullying. That's I like. What's the word? What's the word?
Justified.
Justified.
Yeah.
That's the word. And so at that point, am I still a bully?
Probably on paper still a bully, but at the end of the day,
By definition, yeah.
Yeah.
Definition, yeah. It is pretty funny though.
Again, like you just said, you not just say before about how any bullying at all is good, and that even though you're telling the truth, it's not a good thing.
Well, but I'm not.
Because if you are bullying on paper, but it's the truth, maybe you're not going. Like I said before, you're not going about it in the right way.
yeah. But like, remember, this person done some fucked up shit.
Yeah, I'm
so
not.
that's the
I'm
difference.
not bullying him by like speaking the truth. I'm bullying him because of shit he did, and because he walked away scot-free from the shit he did.
That's still the truth.
There's no message behind it, or is there a message behind it? I don't know. If we're playing football or whatever, and I snap at him, like that isn't being like fatso, lose some weight. But yeah, I think because of the shit he did, then it's justified. But I'm not saying that bullying is good. I'm saying that because it's like, you know, that moment when you realize it's self-defense, and you're like, I'm still going to hurt this person, and that objectively isn't good, but I'm not in the wrong for doing it because it's now self-defense. I think it's that justification that's important. What are your thoughts on that, Matt? Matt wasn't listening.
No, I was, because like I was just trying to like think about it, because obviously it's not good to bully, but at the end of the day, if they've done something so bad, which this person is bad, and as you say, they have come off scot-free from it, maybe that bullying's there to show them actually what you've done is messed up, and you need to know that.
I am kind of sad that school's ended
because of that.
Like, in the sense that I don't get to do that anymore.
Yeah, but the sad thing is, what they've done will be repeated now because they've got no one telling them they're wrong.
True.
So they're just gonna Keep going.
So back into the point about the accountability.
Yeah.
If no one, the only person keeping them accountable is a bully, you need that someone to check you, because it is like, if you're around people that aren't going to call you out on your negatives, then you're not going to grow. I know you shouldn't stay around that bully because he's doing it in a very negative way, but still that you can still see the positive side, that he's trying to be conducive of change through a negative way, and it shouldn't be done that way, but it still can become positive, because you see a lot of people online, like in motivational videos, and they're losing weight, and then it's like, oh, I was bullied or whatever. I lost weight because I was bullied.
Okay, I've got a point for you. You said that the bully was trying to do it to sort of create change. I don't think that a bully ever has the motivation of,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I want good for this person.
Yeah.
It's a lot of the time it's that I hate myself and I don't like my life or whatever, so this person now has to suffer so I can feel better.
Yeah, I would have
Yeah.
been wrong.
Yeah, and I think that's the big difference. Is it isn't me being like, as a friend to you being like, you know, even if I did it in a negative way, I was like, yeah, you're a fat fuck, because I want to see you change. It is genuinely, I want to bring you
Spiteful.
down, because it's the only thing that makes me feel better. So that then, no
That's
matter
true,
what,
yeah.
it can't be seen in a positive way.
Well, you still can look at it. You still can look at it as a positive way because it is going to be somewhat of a motivator for that person to lose weight.
What it's not? What if I don't see it as a motivator?
Yeah, it just gets worse.
Yeah, if I'm just like, right, well,
Builds up.
if I'm already fat, why not get worse until I eat myself into a heart attack? What happens then?
Then yeah, that is horrible. But
Yeah, you see?
would that person still not gain weight, regardless if they were bullied or not, because no one is keeping them accountable for their bad actions?
Not necessarily.
Well, if no one's keeping them accountable and trying to tell them that there's something wrong with them, surely there may be a click where they go, oh, I need to change, or there may not be. That bullying may be conducive to change, it may not be.
But that's the thing, because it's so uncertain, the result, but the effects are 100% detrimental. That like they are going to be negative, whether they use it as a push forward or they use it to send them back. That's why it's like, it can't be good.
Yeah, I think it's like, because they know that they need to change. I think a lot of the time people, you know, in that situation, they are self-aware. They know that they've got to do something about it, but they struggle to get started. Like, getting started on stuff like that is the hardest part.
Oh my god, yeah.
100%.
Like,
The first weeks of it.
yeah.
Once you get the momentum going, it's sound. Once you get in the groove. But yeah, I get that.
Because you forget like what it was before, so you just see yourself getting better. I think like seeing change as well.
Oh
Like,
my
that's
God,
such a
yeah.
motivator.
So you should always take progress pics when it comes
Yeah.
to weight loss or weight gain. 100%.
I've started, and like it's
Okay.
made a massive change to me. Like, a really big difference.
Good shit, man. I reckon you now start doing steroids every day.
I've been listening to I mentioned him to you, Yannick, a guy called Mo, what's his name? Gawdat, and he's it was about the podcast episode about happiness. He's like Google X, former like chief director of Google.
Yes.
And he worked on like all these like crazy projects or whatever. And he was talking about before I go into that, if obviously apart from this podcast, if there's another podcast you do listen to, it's these 2 episodes on Diary of a CEO podcast with this guy. I'll like put them on the screen because I just finished the second one and it's fucking insane. He talked about how there's a lot of contradictions in people's lives, and it's sort of tying to like the weight thing, how people's thoughts don't. Let me find it. I've written it down somewhere. Right, it was. I remember listening to it and I was like, it was like
Mind blowing.
literally. So he said, what you're feeling is contradicting what you're doing, is contradicting what you're thinking.
What?
So I'll give the example of the losing weight. if I feel bad, I feel like I want to lose weight. My actions are contradicting that because I'm still eating loads of junk food, which are contradicting what I'm thinking. Is that I'm a fat piece of shit because I want to lose weight. It's all a contradiction. Because your actions aren't aligned with your feelings and your thoughts.
Okay.
I thought that was, pretty good.
Yeah, no, I get that.
He was talking about how that once you align that, you're sort of in an equilibrium, and you're sort of in a balance when you're in your natural place. And how once that happens, everything in life is just so much easier. Once you can align your actions and your thoughts and your feelings. Like, I want to be a millionaire, but I just sit on my phone all day. That's not going to get me to be a millionaire, right? Once you get that in line, just sort of, you feel whole and better in yourself because you're in your natural place of being. And there's every aspect of your life, imagine it like a pendulum on a swing, right? So like when it's still, for me to make progress in that sort of area, I have to put no force into it. It's just like a flow. It just happens because everything's balanced. Say, for example, I want to get into good shape. I'm out of weight, so my pendulum is going to be all the way up here, right? Because I've got force from my bad habits pushing me up here. If I apply force the other way with good habits and take away the force from the bad habits, I'm going to swing that way. But it goes the opposite way as well when I get too much into it. And it goes this way when I try and use too much weight too fast, and then it affects other areas of my life. When everything's perfectly balanced, everything flows and it's so much easier. When you can get your thoughts in line, everything's so much easier. It just comes naturally. When you get your business in line, it's easy to flow. It's not like trying to put loads of force in one direction because it affects everything else. It kind of has the opposite effect. It's still a negative. And say, another example was Stephen, the guy who has the podcast. He gave an example of like, say, I want to be in a committed relationship, but I put too much effort into my work. I'm pushing so much onto this one side, putting so much force into developing my career, that my relationship equilibrium is so out of balance because I haven't got all my force is going into doing that, and so that is neglected and deteriorates.
Okay. How would you guys recommend getting your thoughts in line then? How would you create that sort of alignment? Because that it's all well and good being able to say like, do this, but how do you do that?
You've got a journal. I've been journaling for a couple of weeks now, and seriously, it's so fucking good. It's like every night it's like a therapy session, because every night I'll sit there and I write down. I'll read out what I've been just shit I've journaled, right?
Yannick's really mean to me today.
Let me find a good page. I can't read that. That's the one backlash.
What backlash?
I just want to make sure I'm not revealing that. I don't want to say too many personal things. We're not big enough for that, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was 9th of May. So today I'm grateful for going to the sauna and pool with Yannick.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
I made it.
The pressure I feel about having our first so let's say about this is what I'm grateful for. These are the things I'm writing down I'm grateful for.
Mm-hmm. Me.
Shut up. Fuck's sake, sorry. Give me a sec.
Yeah, it's that journal after this, man.
Of course,
Okay.
yeah. I mean,
The pressure I feel about having our first podcast guest, start a revision for my French exam, sitting next to Joe in biology. See, when you practice gratitude, the littlest things make you happy. It's like a hack to being happy because you can appreciate every little thing. It's so good. Sitting next to people and talking. Now I'm grateful for talking to people.
Okay, at first I thought, because you started off with I'm worried about the podcast episode and then you talk about revision, I thought you were worried about sitting next to Joe in biology, that's why I laughed.
Oh, no. Going to the gym and getting a sweat on, breath work. But I felt great today after I did my morning routine. I felt extremely positive. I hope that can happen tomorrow. Do you remember about Unit 731? like Japanese like horrible like war thing. But that put me in a very bad mood. But I said I must look at the positive of the day. I kept social media use down. I laughed with Joe and Ken's. I tried the sauna. I thought the one thing I wish for my birthday is to laugh and spend time with everyone, have a good time. That's the main thing that makes me happy is positive social interactions. And I wish that once I finish school, my social life will blossom and grow even after September, where I can spend quality time with people whilst also continuing self-improvement.
Fair. Yeah, that sounds good.
Every day, and like if I have like a bad thought, so I felt anxious today, I'll dissect it. I'll say, why do I feel anxious? Because of, I don't know, a past trauma that gives me an insecurity about something. I was insecure about that in a day. And I just think about it, what caused it, how can I overcome that? And it is literally like a therapy session every night. And it's brilliant. You go to bed and you're like,
so you're almost like teaching yourself how to have a healthy mind. Like you're putting yourself in that position. That's good.
Literally, that's what that guy Mo was saying. He was like, in the same way you go to the gym and develop your muscles, like the brain is it's neuroplasticity. When you constantly think in a negative way, you're training your brain, you're reinforcing those pathways in your brain to think negatively. So you become better at thinking negative. And it's the exact opposite. If I start thinking positive, I'm training my brain to be positive. And that's what gratitude's so good for. Because you train your brain to be positive and you become happier. And you get better at being happy. And it's why a lot of like, I thought a good example was like people who have maybe their parents or like family have never really shown physical emotion, never give them hugs. Them showing physical emotion is very alien to them because their brain isn't used to it. It's a very alien concept. It's weird. It's strange. It's like, what the fuck's this? So like training that, I can't recommend it enough.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Would you look at some of the Reddit confessions I found?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. Have you gone for like messed up or what? Just in general.
I just found a couple of ones. You know
all right. But yeah, I have like insane respect for you for doing that. Like that's insane. Yeah.
Alright, man. Fucking suck as a dick.
No, I mean, no, because like to get your thoughts down on a page is quite difficult.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's hard sometimes like open up to yourself about shit like that.
You know, definitely. I've felt times where it's like, should I even write this down?
Mm.
Because I'm scared of acknowledging it.
Yeah.
But you have to just do it. Just write it down. Basically, like if someone reads this, like I'll probably be a bit pissed off, but like not last the end of the day. Yeah. You gotta be true with yourself first about your emotions, and then you can really heal from them.
Fair.
And just going back to the pendulum thing real quick, because there's so many pendulums that we've got, like work, relationship, spiritual, emotional, mental health, all that. A lot of them, especially in the modern day, are out of line. And it's okay to not be in that natural place as long as you acknowledge that you're not in there yet and that you're going to come to it, because you can't do everything at once. You have to, one by one, slowly fix them all. And as you're fixing one of them, another will come down a little bit. And you'll get a bit more progress in the other areas of your life whilst you focus on the main thing. They're all connected with each other. They all influence each other.
Well, in the spirit of doing good things, I found a Reddit confession that says, I'm deleting 100 gigabytes of porn today. I think I've ruined my life. My porn and masturbation addiction started at 15, and since then I've been collecting porn and saving on a drive. It's been 4 years since, and it's grown to 100 plus gigabytes.
Oh my god.
It's probably caused irreparable damage to my social skills, and I've tried quitting multiple times but always relapsed. But I'm tired and I can't do this anymore. As soon as I finish typing this post, I'm formatting my drive. Here's to me hoping for a new start. 100 plus gigabytes.
Good luck, brother. Good luck.
Yeah, inshallah.
That's heavy. 100 plus gigabytes. Jeez.
See, that's mad for someone like me who doesn't even watch it. I stay clean from it. Yeah, I swear I've told you this before. Like I don't watch it.
Have you ever watched it before?
Yeah, I used to, but I understood where the addiction comes from. I was like, you know what, I best stop.
That's good.
Stay away.
I can respect that. I don't understand this sort of thing of collecting porn.
That's quite strange, yeah.
That's like some old 2000s shit. You know what I mean?
You're like hoarding it.
Yeah.
It's a bit mad.
Magazines and shit. There was a guy in Japan, I think it was somewhere, Japan or China, who died because his stack of hentai magazines fell on him. There was that many.
Jesus Christ. Death by porn.
Yeah, literally. But
Don't watch porn, guys.
Deleted history. Good on this guy. You know, I wish the best for him.
Break free from the matrix.
The next one is, I thought this was a cute one. It's like, I don't know if it's cute, but it's sort of like something that you'll see what I mean.
Okay.
So my boyfriend made the smallest change with sex and it makes my day. Me and my boyfriend with ADHD have been fighting a lot these past 2 months because sometimes he'll be in his own world while we're having sex, and I don't like that for obvious reasons. He said he was paying attention during sex, but sometimes he can just get easily distracted. I was still upset with the situations though, because I feel like, am I not good enough, and that's why you're distracted? But I think he's been holding hands with me during sex to show he's there with me. I just think it's the cutest, sweetest, but smallest gesture ever. And I thought, like, it's not particularly funny, but I thought it would be important to talk about because it goes to show that the thing that I've learned with girls is that the smallest things. It doesn't always take huge romantic gestures for a girl to appreciate, and I think it can definitely mean a lot. As things that wouldn't mean shit to us mean so much to them. And just like like, do you remember you were talking about like remembering certain little things, and you said you like that. Yeah. Girls, like, they like that shit a lot. Holding hands, showing physical affection, not being scared to show physical affection in front of the boys. Never change your personality around your friends and around your girlfriend.
Is that directed at someone?
Pardon?
Does that sound a bit directed at someone?
No. Okay, just like a general. I think that's a very good piece of advice.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be, you know, like, I'm baby with your girlfriend, and then comes to the home and you're like, yo, what's up, man?
Yeah.
Just be yourself, as scary as it is. Not everyone will like who you are, and that's fine.
That sounds good.
But you will find your people, and you will, like, be yourself as much as you
100%.
possibly can.
Ties back into the balance thing in your natural place.
Yeah.
You feel good about yourself when you're being yourself, and you're like, this is who I want to be. I'm going to act like who I want to be to manifest this. You feel good about yourself. You feel like when you're not, you feel there's a part you miss it, and you sort of feel whole when you start realign that.
Yeah, the idea of feeling whole is nice, because when you do things you don't like, you lose yourself, and then you get stuck in a place where you're like trying to find out, damn, who is Yannick, you know? Unless you all seek to do the change yourself, nothing will change. Just off that statement alone, what do you think about that?
Facts.
Yeah.
Agree with it. I think the sort of angle this guy was going on with, like, politics, about how politicians only care about money and power. It doesn't matter whether they're left wing, right wing, whatever. They're looking out for them.
They're all just
100%.
Yeah, and he's just like,
politicians.
yeah, they'll keep.
That's Joe Elliott.
Yeah.
Promising.
I want him in Parliament.
I do not. Like, I love you, Joe, but I can't have you in Parliament.
We change our thoughts on him. As soon as he goes into Parliament, he's one of them. So it's like, I couldn't see him fall like that.
But even still, there are a lot of Joe's beliefs that I think could be quite scary and detrimental to a lot of the people. Just, like, I think Joe's a fine dude, but some of his angles and beliefs don't match with mine. And obviously me being correct all the time. They said they'll promise fake miracles to change for the better and then do nothing, or even worse. I think this is the thing. The evil when you have the ability to vote to change and don't vote. That's the evil. But the thing is who are you supposed to vote for?
I don't support anyone.
Yeah, literally.
Fuck them all.
And it's a wasted vote if you vote Green Party. So what do?
I don't like any politician, man.
Nah, fuck that. He says, will common Joes listen? No. It's like the definition of insanity. Trying the same shit over and over again, expecting different results. And I think that is very much the state of politics at this point. We're hoping for something better and receiving nothing. And then, maybe this new one will be good. Nope. Joe Biden will be better than Trump. Can't make a coherent sentence. You know?
That was evident from the start.
Yeah.
He was senile before he became president.
Mm-hmm.
It was just the media was like, look, not Trump.
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
everyone
just
was like,
anyone,
everyone was
yeah.
like, "Way."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but have you seen that video where he like goes to the Pope and he calls him that NBA player or something?
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, you're the famous NBA player."
Yeah.
What? So messed up.
And the Pope just smiles at me. He knows what's up.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah,
poor
yeah.
man.
Yeah,
The Pope is pitying Joe Biden.
Yeah. Fucking hell. I've got this one. I'm turned on that my ex-girlfriend is dating a black guy. Seriously, WTF is wrong with me. I don't know why it's such a turn on, but it's become an obsession. I get off to her Instagram several times a day and I've started watching
What?
interracial porn.
That's mad.
Anyone with a similar experience want to talk?
What the hell?
Bro.
Bro, she send the screenshot of that so I
Yeah,
can put that on screen. Oh my days.
Yeah.
What the fuck? See, when you're not in that space, and then you read out like a comment like that, you realise that some people are down fucking bad.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what the fuck.
have your own kinks and shit. But the thing is, with that sort of like the race play, is most of it is rooted in like racism. And so I don't know what this guy's issue is, but there's a common. It's not uncommon for folks, especially non-black folks, to fetishize black people. Unfortunately, those fetishes are rooted in racism. Maybe explore and unpack where the appeal is for you, because it's problematic to sexualize and fetishize a group of people in that way. Also, maybe it's not best idea to fixate on your ex so much. But I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. I think that's good advice.
Yeah.
Don't
Hey.
You know, she broke I'm up, but at the moment, you're thinking about being fucked by a black guy and getting off to it.
That's fuck that.
Yeah. This one was also, I wanted to know your opinion on this because, like, you'll see. So, I support sex workers, but they're not above me. You can work and do whatever you want for a living. I don't care as long as it doesn't affect me. But if you're a sex worker and you talk down to other people, I immediately think you're a trashy person with daddy issues and an attraction to being borderline sold into sex trafficking. I respect you, but if you act like you're better than me, I pray the worst for you.
He clearly doesn't respect them for
No,
that
Yeah,
statement.
true.
No.
But do you think they do talk down on people?
I don't know.
Because I've never really thought of that.
Yeah.
Like, never ever thought of that.
No,
It's never crossed my mind.
I wouldn't imagine, like, when I'm fucking seeing, meme pages or posting OnlyFans ads, they're never like, yeah, you fucking pussy, I'm better than you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This guy, I don't think this guy respects sex workers.
No.
And I just wanted to get your opinion because, just based off this, I think this is a red flag. If you were you saw this guy on social media, like, if you posted that, I'd probably be like, yo, Louis, what's this about?
Yeah,
Are you
I
good?
get it.
It's not something that happy people say,
Yeah.
but it also made me laugh.
Yeah, he's got a grudge there.
Yeah, oh
like,
my
there's
God.
something going on.
I
Yeah.
hate it. Sex
100%.
This one, I want your opinion on as well. I keep saying that. I want your opinion on all of them. My boyfriend goes on Reddit to look at porn/content of women, and I feel very jealous and insecure. He has no social media and recently just deleted his Facebook because he was liking other girls' pictures, including people we both know.
Ooh.
I caught him, and he decided not to have any socials other than Reddit. But looking at his history, it's all women. I know it's natural for men to seek that on the web, but why is it making me feel like I'm not enough for him? He doesn't even go on Pornhub, just straight up OnlyFans content and girls' nudes.
Oh.
Thoughts?
I think there's a bit of both going on here. I feel like they're somewhat both probably to blame.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe she's too. I don't know if insecure is a word, but like maybe she's maybe a bit too smothering of him. But at the end of the day, he's not doing enough.
Sorry, if he was liking girls that they knew.
Yeah, it depends, obviously, like, because it's on
It's true,
Facebook.
yeah,
Yeah.
So
true, yeah.
if they're, 30 photos, then yeah, but if they're just mates.
Yeah, they're just friends. Like
It
it's
does
not.
seem
a
there's
problem.
somewhat of an insecurity there from the woman, but also the way she's worded it does seem like there is something shady going on there as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, he definitely is doing some, like, I'd probably, roles reversed, I'd probably be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I think it's the thing that makes me think about her insecurity is the fact that she's just looking at his history,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is sort of like just based off of that alone. I don't know the context. I don't know what's gone on, but it sounds like she's looked through it,
Yeah.
and it without him knowing that's an insecurity thing.
Yeah.
I think he shouldn't be like. I think it'd be better if he was just consuming a lot of porn, but the fact that it's like OnlyFans contents and girls' nudes, it's like there's a personal level there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not just there's some woman who makes porn. It's I want to see this woman.
Yeah, yeah.
And that woman's nudes
Yeah.
alone. That's what makes it like. Did we have a conversation? Was it on the? I think we've had this conversation before, but I can't remember if it was on the podcast. Oh no, it was. It was the ethical porn thing. It was one of the first podcast episodes we did, didn't we? What do you think about that? Do you think that OnlyFans should be pressed more because it's more ethical than Pornhub? Or do you just not have an opinion?
I just don't have an opinion on it. I don't use either, so I.
Oh yeah, sure.
It's like
True.
I don't really. I don't
necessarily
know.
agree with Paul. He's like, wait, if that's how you want to make your money, then go and do that. Like, there's plenty of down bad guys on the internet. Like,
Yeah.
who probably want to watch you.
I mean, there's always a market, isn't there? There always will be.
I feel like that's where a lot of like weird kinks are gonna come from the internet. Like, like people like, especially with porn, you get desensitized to it, so you need more and more stranger stuff to sort of get off. So that's when they start going down the rabbit hole, and that's when they sort of develop very specialized weird kinks.
Speaking of specialized kinks,
Oh no.
I can't stop obsessing over my classmates' feet.
Oh.
For the last 3 months, I've been recording walking around my campus every day.
What?
To find people with sandals or open-toed shoes.
No.
So I can take a picture.
Fucking hell.
I have an entire Instagram account dedicated to messaging the girls at my school, asking for pictures of their feet. I've messaged over 1,000 girls, and luckily for myself, some actually responded. Some of them offered to sell said pictures, and I've purchased them many times.
Oh my
I check all
days.
their Instagrams to find any content I can. I'm just so obsessed with them. I've even paid for some of their socks, and they leave them in a certain area after I PayPal them. I can't seem to stop doing it, and I love pleasuring myself to their feet. I stare at them all the time in class, and once I get home, I message them immediately. There's so much I want to do to their feet. I just can't control myself.
Oh my god.
Bro, some people need to learn to control their emotions.
Yeah, I mean, that's mad. That's actually mad.
1,000 girls.
1,000. Quadruple digits.
No, literally. I've had my Instagram account for like 6 years. I don't think I don't even follow 1,000 people, let alone take the time to message 1,000 people individually. To like, hey, nice feet. Can I buy photos of them?
But I think it's weird that he's going anonymous to his mates at school.
Yeah,
like that's the stuff that's
That's fucked
weird.
up.
How much reckon you spent as well?
I don't
He
want to
must have
know.
spent 100. Because realistically, he's messaged with thousands of people, maybe between 10 to 50 realistically would have said yes. So how much do you reckon he would have like?
Yeah, 10, 20 quid a feet pic. That's like
Over 100, at least over 100 quid on feet pics.
yeah, that's pretty fun. Like just Google feet pics.
Yeah, but nah, man, that's not that same.
True, he hasn't seen them in fucking maths or whatever.
I suppose I can see his point of view that sort of excites him and that like, oh, it's the people I know, like, oh my God. It's not if I imagine if I was in his position, it wouldn't be the same thing. Just feet on the internet because he knows them. It's like he's probably visualizing them as well, which is even more fucked up.
What would you do if you're if you know you're on your girlfriend's phone and you see that she has sold feet pics to this guy without telling you? What do you do?
I mean, that's sort of like get the bag in a sense. Like, I wouldn't say necessarily cheating.
It's only a feat, isn't it? If it was something else, I mean.
I would prefer you
it's
to tell me.
worse.
Yeah,
But I'm gonna be sound. I'll encourage you. I'll say,
Yeah,
yo,
get
like,
the bag, sis.
Yeah, like, as long as it's just like feet pics, like go on, like you know, like, let this stupid down bad guy give you money for free, basically. Like, not telling you is kind of like, you know.
Yeah, not telling you is a bit weird. Like
Yeah,
I'd
it's a
rather
bit
like,
sus.
just tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like get the bag.
Yeah. Huh? Oh, it's like I do. It would just be so. It's easy mode, isn't it, to be a pretty girl sometimes?
Yeah.
Because I don't think the sex industry is a good industry, and I think it treats women like shit. But it's like, let's say with OnlyFans now and the rush of it, it definitely does seem easy to make just a little bit of money on the side. Oh, I saw a post and it was like, no one has subscribed to my girlfriend's OnlyFans apart from me, so I made fake accounts to buy so she feels better about herself.
Oh.
And then she started messaging one of the accounts saying that she'd cheat on her boyfriend. She was willing to meet up and cheat on her boyfriend with this fake guy. And at that point, oh my God. No, what, like, I think I'd kill myself. Like, what do you do? How do you play that?
That's heavy.
No, you don't come back from that.
No,
Would
it's
you let your girlfriend have an OnlyFans?
yeah, probably. I mean, it wouldn't necessarily affect me that much. I don't think.
It's interesting that the question is like, would you let your girlfriend have OnlyFans? That's a funny.
Well,
way to
not
put it.
like
Would you be
would you
comfortable
approve
with
of it?
No, I couldn't. I don't know. I don't know because I feel it makes me insecure.
Yeah.
But because of the whole like empowering women, like I feel somewhat guilty for saying that I'm not comfortable with it because as long as she's not fucking guys, like if it's just us doing bits or her on her own, it's like
Would you start on it?
I'd like to, if I have no choice about it coming there, I like. Or like coming, what a weird way to phrase that. If I have no say in her making it, I'd like to at least be part of it because then it's better. You know what I mean?
Show your face.
Maybe. It depends. You know what I mean? What about you? So you're yes, mate.
Well, I'm 50. I feel like I wouldn't have a massive problem, but at the same time, I would probably feel insecure because there'd be so many other people looking at it.
Yeah.
And they don't care that you're a boyfriend.
Oh,
They
no.
don't give a shit, do they?
No.
It's sort of like if you're like, oh yeah, this is my girlfriend, and it's sort of like
It's our girlfriend. Now.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like oh yeah, I get to see her naked, but then like there's thousands of guys on the internet now beating off to it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, oh, okay, that's strange.
Yeah, but it's the point that like some guys could message you about it and be like, why are you with her? I should be with her. Like it could be the point of like trying to swap lives with you,
Oh my
and then you're
God.
then in like a weird situation.
That is a weird situation to be.
Yeah.
What do you say? Thanks, mate.
Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah.
Like.
Stay hating.
That's the thing. I think being in that sort of situation and always having that like, it's like that trump card, isn't it? Of you can't say shit to anyone because I feel like, lad, I've seen your girlfriend naked. Like, I paid £5 and your girlfriend sent me nudes. Like, you just have to shut up at that point. I think having that would turn me into a toxic individual.
Possibly.
And I think even if I broke up with her, knowing that she has this OnlyFans and it.
Oh. Start to get another guys on.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh no. Oh, that would be awful if there was video recorded. What if you break up with her and then like say you forget to unsubscribe, you get a notification that she's posted and it's like gangbang.
Just turn my phone off, I guess.
I'd
Delete it.
That's like a sort of throw your phone at the wall.
Yeah, no, actually, it is. Yeah.
Fall to your knees. What?
It should have been me. Yeah, that's heavy, man.
That's fuck.
Yeah, it's not a thought you want, is it?
No,
No,
that's
it's
not.
positive thoughts, right? You're going to reinforce the positive pathways.
I've got a positive Reddit one. It's quite a short one, and it just says, "I made a dog smile today,"
Oh, nice.
That's good.
and that's that's nice.
Yeah,
That's like 10 out of 10 mentality there.
yeah.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, anyone smells nice.
Hmm.
You like
But
make someone smell.
A dog, though.
Yeah,
A dog.
Like when you do the dog and like say it does that lick thing when you hit the spot. Or That's always a good feeling because like I'm happy to do this, you're happy to let me do it. It's like it's a win-win.
Yeah.
So going off the high note, I'm considering breaking up with my girlfriend because of lack of sex. Me and my girlfriend have been dating for a little over a year now, and I love her, but there's an issue. There's a total lack of sex in our relationship. I'm a first serious relationship, and she's never had any sexual experiences with anyone else but me, so I understand that it'll take her time to get comfortable enough to do those kinds of things. We make out often, but it doesn't ever really go further than that. There was one time where I gave her head, and that was it. That was the furthest we ever gone. One time she was about to give me head and then changed her mind right before she was about to and told me to give her time and not to ask for head anymore. That's totally fine, but then she would continue to say she wants me to give her head, which is totally unfair. I want to tell her that I want sex, but if she's not ready, I don't want her to feel like she has to do it. However, I prefer my relationship to involve sex, and I'm just not getting that from this relationship. Am I a bad guy?
Well, you can have desires from your relationship. Obviously, and you can't force them to want what you want. It's really just communication, isn't it? Like, yo, this is what I want. You're not comfortable with it. Like, how long am I gonna have to wait? Or it's just not gonna be able to meet my desires. If so, then it's. So yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like they're not sexually compatible.
That's what I was gonna say. It's obviously like that she probably doesn't feel too comfortable doing anything around him, which then means that they probably shouldn't be together.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's heavy.
it's a fucked up sort of feeling, like I want to be with you, but like I'm sexually frustrated. I feel like because you, like you said, you can't force them into it. You feel like a piece of shit for being like, yo, I and then that it's funny that he's like, yeah, she wants me to give a head, which is totally unfair. But what would be the breaking point for you guys with that? How long would you give it? What would you guys do in that situation?
I don't know. Like you said, if they're not compatible, then it's kind of like, oh, see you later. Might as well just end it then. But like, obviously, I would still try and wait first. Go a few months. Then like if it's still not, then there's obviously something else wrong. If then just like finish it off then.
Yeah, I think with me it just depends at what point I know this ain't gonna work out, and as soon as I know it I'd have to say it, because there's no point prolonging something if it's never gonna work.
Imagine if you click kind of a realization like, oh, it's just not gonna work. Like she's obviously not gonna change. She doesn't want to. So
better get it over and done with as soon as possible. So I feel like that's always the nicest way to do it. Because I mean, if you go on for like a year like that guy has, it's gonna be so much harder for both of them to come out of that. Like, especially because
there'll be a lot of tension in that relationship.
Yeah, there's like being frustrated in any sort of aspect of your life is like, it's an awful thing because there's clearly a big obstacle that you can't really get over, and so you just have to constantly carry that sort of weight all day.
But I feel like that's down to a lack of honesty. I feel like they're in a position now where they can't really talk about it, which means that it's then much harder because they can't be honest with each other. What's the point of being together if you're not going to be honest?
Exactly.
Like,
yeah, that's a very good point. If like, because she said she doesn't want him to ask anymore, and it's like you're just sort of sitting there hoping, waiting for like maybe today'll be the day. Yeah, that's a good point about they can't talk.
That goes back to the pendulum thing.
Yeah,
Well, that line, they're obviously not in that line, they're not the same, they're both in that natural place of where they want to be.
Yeah.
So that creates that tension. One person wants to do this, which isn't what they want to do, so it puts them out of whack.
it's weird. I had your analogy in my head. I was thinking about that as like, obviously not getting there.
You've got to find that balance.
Yeah.
They should just listen to that podcast, right?
Yeah, look, honestly, I can't over-recommend it. It's such a good podcast.
Right.
He's a brilliant mind.
Oh, I was thinking about it. You know, in our description, I think we should start putting links to places like Young Minds or to sort of hotlines and shit like that, because it's all good being like, fix yourself, but I feel like if we're telling people to do that, then we do have a responsibility to provide ways for it. So, check the link in the description, guys.
Here's my 10-week course of how to improve mental health. $2.99.
Yeah.
£30 a month on top of that.
But for you guys, tell you what, for this episode only, I'll make it $29.99.
For you, good friend, good price. Good price. Only for you, my friend. Only for you. Very good, very good, very good price. Yeah, that's a great idea. To be fair.
Thanks.
As well, a lot of the time when you used to like self-help, like self-improvement shit, it's all useless until you actually go and do it.
What do you mean?
To say like, I'm always watching how to be more productive.
Oh,
I'm watching like 10 ways you can be more productive. Here's 10 tactics, but I'd never actually implement one of them. I'm not consistent with it. I might do it for a day and then I give up.
Yeah.
You're not going to improve if you don't actually take action. Instead of just like being a fucking consumer, you gotta go out and provide.
Yeah, 100%.
Fair. What is the best piece of advice you've ever heard, Matt? And when did I tell you it?
No, that's the thing, because off the top of my head, I can't tell you.
Okay.
I feel like it's too much of a
Right, sorry.
big
that's
thing.
on the spot.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It takes me a while to remember like the good things people have said to me.
What are you, Luke? Can you think on the spot?
Best piece of advice. I've probably got loads of like really good quotes in my, I've written down. Maybe just like not caring as much what people think, and like just doing whatever the fuck you want to do. It's so generic, cheesy advice, but like when you actually like follow it, it's kind of like I don't give a fuck. You're gonna pull your on your way to greatness. You probably offend some people along the way. Let the haters hate.
You know all about that, don't we, Louis?
Yeah, man. Just, I'll try and be as positive as possible. Try and spread it. You get what you get, what you give. When you're giving out positive vibes, you get positive vibes back.
Yeah. Never let your worth be defined by someone else's opinion.
Exactly. What you?
I think that's probably mine as well. There's also the someone else's beauty isn't the absence of your own. It's a pretty good one. Something that can be done. I think it's a hard one to try and sort of get in your head. But I think once it clicks, it's like, okay, yeah. And it's just sort of, it's the small things that it might not work straight away. And with basically almost everything in life, you're not going to get it right straight away. But if you keep trying a little bit by little bit by little bit, you're going to see progress, and it'll eventually start to kick in.
Consistency is king.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you're going to be like, God, I can't even remember what it was like. Oh, God, it's so crazy I was like that. Look at me now, rolling in it.
Yeah, man. That's a good note to end on the episode.
Yeah, no.
Thanks for coming on, Matt.
Oh no, I appreciate you having me on. No, it's been good, yeah.
I hope everyone enjoyed this episode.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys, or listening.
Did you have fun, Matt?
Did I actually? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah.
Don't have to listen to this one as well.